Hi there, fans. Game will start at 7:05. 7:05 start time here in Medicine Hat.
At all times during the game. Brooks Bombers, number 1, Juan Carrion, the left-handed pitcher. Coach for the Brooks Bombers, Calvin Ellis. Assistant, Andrew Lemaster.
What should we do with today? Let's go with this.
And now, the starting lineup for your Medicine Hat Mavericks. The Mavericks will be joined by their baseball buddies, the Astros, coached by Jason Adamson. Playing shortstop, number 4, Louis Conjura. Following him, Dominic Yalanitsky. Playing third, number 8, Blake Rowlett. And joining him, Kale Sankey. Playing left field, number 15, Caleb Longley. Accompanying him, Hudson Ma. Playing first base, number 31, Chris Caffrey. And then joining him, Jordan Watts. Tonight's designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright. And joining him, Carson Small. Out in center field, number 12, Zach Kunkel. Accompanying him, Easton Hesa and Reed Baba. Playing second base, number 1, Chris Rodriguez. And joining him, Kyler Zuberla. Catching for tonight's game, number 16, Jackson Freed. Accompanying him, Dylan Adkinson. Playing right field, number 30, Tanner Helms. Accompanying him, Eric Mankey. And today's starting pitcher from Medicine Hat, number 10, Nathan Stark. Joining him, Dryden Lindsay and Ryder Stirrup. Back boy for the Mavericks tonight, Owen Bruins. Coaches, Michael Thompson, Andrew Murray, Kyle Swannick, and General Manager Greg Morrison. At this time, fans, could you please stand, remove your hats, and join Tracy Bitts in the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And welcome to Medicine Hat, Alberta, everybody. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Medicine Hat Mavericks will be Nathan Stark. He grew up in Medicine Hat, Alberta.
Drew, make sure it's a strike.
Plays for Colby CC in Kansas. And throwing our first pitch here today is member of legislator Drew Barnes.
Little high, but that will get it across the plate, Drew. Good job. Tonight's umpires behind home plate, Warren Smith. On first, Mitch Ball. And on third, John Sneed. Conditions at game time, 22 degrees right now. As you can see, it's cloudy. No forecast for thunderstorms tonight. Winds west-southwest 10 kilometers an hour. Should be a great day for baseball.
This will be Nathan Stark's first start of the season. So far, he's pitched in 3 games, total of 2 innings with a 4.5 ERA.
Who are we going for your batter? What did we say?
Lee Thomas.
Number 22. Starting off for the Brooks Bombers, number 4, the second baseman David Montoya.
And starting out for the Brooks Bombers is going to be number 4, David Montoya. Here as we start our game between Medicine Hat Mavericks and the Brooks Bombers. And the first pitch from Stark is in there. Starts his night out with a strike on the inside. And Stark with a nice breaking ball there, but it looks too low. It's going to be ball 1. It's 1-1. That one a little too high. Ball 2. And ball 3, 3-1 count. Montoya's got himself into a nice hitter's count here. Montoya up to this point in the season, batting 173. That one's outside, and the first bat of the night is walked, and Brooks has himself a base runner.
The third baseman, number 5, Michael Holtz.
And stepping up, number 5, Michael Holtz. Playing third base tonight. Holtz from Grants Pass, Oregon. As Stark's first pitch to Holtz is in there for a strike. And Stark right down Main Street on that one for strike 2. Stark delivers the 0-2 pitch. That one's outside and in the dirt. Maybe trying to get him to chase on that one. The 1-2. And that one's close there on the outside. But it's not going to be given to him. It's going to be 2-2. And Stark checks Montoya there at first, but Montoya's going to be back in safe. Stark sets, delivers the 2-2, and Montoya's on the go to second, and Chris Rodriguez will have him for the first out of the inning.
Strike the ball throw mode action. Mavericks get 2. Breaks to the plate. The right fielder, number 2, Matt Zanalto.
And 2 outs there as the batter strikes out on the attempted steal. That brings up Matt Zanalto. The first pitch to him is a ball. The 1-0. That one's low in the dirt. Count's going to be 2-0 now. That one swung on. It's going to be fouled. 2-1 now. And Stark comes back with a nice pitch there to even up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. That one's grounded to shortstop Louis Candura. That's going to be thrown on to Chris Caffrey at first for the third out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 batters taken down by Nathan Stark.
Providing exceptional service and client support to all your real estate needs for 17 years.
You're watching Medicine Hat Mavericks baseball. We'll be back here for the bottom of the first inning. And to lead us off here, top of the order for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the first, number 4, Louis Candura. He's having himself a really good season at this point, batting .350. Nothing. That one's too low to Candura. It's going to be a ball, 1-0. That one swung on into the gap between first and second, and the Mavericks have themselves a leadoff single from Louis Candura.
Candura brings to the plate a third baseman, number 8, Blake Rowlett.
And stepping up for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, third baseman, number 8, Blake Rowlett. So far, having himself a great season at the plate, batting an even .400. Nothing from Carrion. It's going to be 0-1. Though 1 from Juan Carrion. That one's in there for strike 2. And Carrion checks Kanjura at first. Kanjura is going to be back in there standing. And checks Kanjura again, but Kanjura is going to be back in there standing again. 0-2 here, no out, and the runner at first. That one's high to out. 1-2 now. The 1-2. And Rowlett with the big cut. Couldn't get a hold of that one, and he's going to be sat down on strikes. And stepping up to bat for the Mavericks, number 15, Caleb Longley.
Number 15.
You could say he was the decision maker last night, hitting himself a 3 RBI double to tie the game at 5, and the Mavericks end up winning 7-5. And the first pitch to Longley right down Broadway for a strike. Checks and delivers. The big breaking ball in there for strike 2.
Oh, did you work already today? Big fella.
And the 0-2 from Carrion. Big cut from Longley as he keeps himself alive.
Just a reminder, foul balls can be turned into the souvenir shop for Mavericks money. Good for the souvenir booth and concession. And parents, please make sure children are within arm's reach at all times during the game.
That one high and inside on Longley. 1-2 now. The 1-2.
What's going on?
And Longley takes a big cut at that one. That one's into foul territory by the Bombers' dugout. And that one's going to be out of play.
That's not good.
Longley keeping himself alive here with 2 foul balls.
Well, hey, you got some in your pocket. You got yours in your pocket. Who's in your pocket?
Mine.
Well, who's for those? For new ones.
It's his.
She lost her. I know. It's terrible. Did you make her feel bad? And don't make up pregnant for don't feel bad. Don't do it. Not freaking
1-2. And Longley takes a cut at that one, and that one's up there, and it's going to be off the wall. Kanjura's rounding third base. And Longley's going to have himself in there. That's going to be an RBI triple for Caleb Longley.
Probably a double, but he gets their third base because of the throw. He missed the cutoff, right? So double, and then he gets the third because he missed the throw. It's not a miracle.
Hey, the first run of the game. The Mavericks on the board first. Brought to you by 2020 Vision. That brings to the plate the first baseman, number 31, Chris Caffrey.
And stepping up, number 31, Chris Caffrey, having himself a pretty good season at this point at the plate, batting .363.
Does that make sense?
And that one, nice play by the third baseman, and he's going to get Caffrey at first after checking home. But Caffrey's going to get himself an RBI there. The Mavericks now lead 2-0.
The designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright.
And stepping up to bat for the Medicine Hat Mavericks is number 25, Colton Wright. Having himself a great season at the plate, batting .425 to this point. In Saturday's game, Wright was our walk-off hit winner. Got himself up to the plate with Zach Kunkel on base. And hit Zach Kunkel in for the winning run on Saturday night. The 1-0 pitch from Carrion hit up to the second baseman. And Colton Wright grounds out to the second baseman for the third out of the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Mavericks. No errors in that half of the inning. And up for the Brooks Bombers to lead us off here in the top of the second is going to be Lee Thomas. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Medicine Hat Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, this game is sponsored by
And stepping up for the Brooks Bombers, number 22, Lee Thomas.
Best blind date in town.
Thomas is our beer batter here tonight. If he strikes out, $1 off beer for everybody in the stadium for 5 minutes.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I know, I got him here.
And that one's on the inside for ball 1. The 1-0. That one's in there. Stark hits the outside there for strike 1. The 1-1. Swung on into the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Lee Thomas to lead off the top of the second inning. And stepping up the DH, number 7, Logan Burke, batting 173 up to this point. The nothing here from Stark. That one swung on, grounded to Chris Rodriguez. 4-6-3 double play.
Mavericks twist the double play. Brings to the plate the left fielder, number 24, Jaden Wandler.
And that brings up number 24, Jaden Wandler, batting an even 200 this season. That one, the breaking ball hits Wandler, and he's going to get first on the first pitch he sees.
The center fielder, number 16, Griffin Robinson.
And stepping up the center fielder, number 16, Griffin Robinson, not having himself a great start to the season, only batting 142. And Stark checks Wandler. That one just about gets away from Caffrey. It's going to keep Wandler at first. The nothing here from Stark. That one's high up there on Robinson. Want to know. And the 1-0 pitch. Another one high and inside. 2-0 now.
The second inning brought to you by Crystal Metz of State Farm Insurance.
The 2-0 pitch from Nathan Stark. That one's going to be in there. Stark has himself a 2-1 count now.
Good letter of the alphabet. Pick a letter in the G. That's what I got. G. That would win the game. For draw.
And he checks Wandler at first, and that one goes.
That's a E1 with extra bases.
I just tap third advance on here.
Yeah, that'll work.
And the 2-1 count here. That one's a little too high to Griffin Robinson. 3-1. That one swung on by Robinson. Full count here now with 2 out.
Oh, get your shine on. Perfect. Get your shine on for the Cardinals. Look at that. I was going to play mud.
And the full count pitch swung on. Griffin Robinson keeping himself alive here with a full count and 2 out.
Get your shine.
And the 3-2 pitch. That one fouled back. Griffin Robinson really trying to keep himself alive here.
So many things going on today. At a freaking meeting at 5. There was a supper meeting. Here, bring it executive meeting that I should be at that or not. So I'm getting feedback.
And that one catches him on the outside of the plate. Nathan Stark gets himself out of a situation there. The 3rd out of the inning.
Stark with a strikeout. Bombers leave one stranded.
To lead us off here in the bottom of the second will be number 12, Zach Kunkel. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Medicine Hat Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
3-2-2. It's an orange Jeep.
Stepping up for the Medicine Hat Mavericks is going to be number 12, Zach Kunkel, to lead us off here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch to Kunkel in there for a strike. The 1-1 now. That one's low in the zone again. 2-1. That one on the inside doesn't hit the strike zone. 3-1 now. Three-one pitch. And Kunkel hits that one into right field. That's going to be right into the track of the right fielder for the first out of the inning.
The second baseman, number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
And stepping up, number 1, Chris Rodriguez. Let's see what he can do here with one out. So far this season, batting .411.
Baller.
1-0 pitch
You gotta hear Tanner now.
from Carrion.
Here's a walk-up song. It's funny.
Is it the Ride the Donkey?
Right. It's funny. He was using it all year. I'm gonna like it. You gotta laugh. I got another one called Donkey Riding by
And Rodriguez slaps that one down the left field line, and that's going to be fair. And he turns on the wheels there and gets himself into second with a stand-up double.
Rodriguez with a stand-up double. That brings to the plate the catcher, number 16, Jackson Freed.
And stepping up to the plate for the Mavericks, number 16, Jackson Freed. The 0-0 pitch. And Fried takes that one foul down the first baseline. It's going to be out of play for the strike one. That one swung on by Fried. Grounded to Lee Thomas at first. And he just about loses control of that one and picks it up with his bare hand to get the out.
That brings to the plate the right fielder, number 30, Tanner Helms.
And stepping up the plate, number 30, Tanner Helms. Last time we seen him, he was pitching for the Mavericks. Playing right field today. And Helms swung on that one, and that's going to be into the deep infield and played by Lee Thomas at first for the third out of the inning. And stepping up for the Brooks Bombers to lead us off here in the top of the third will be number 26, Cole Halfacre. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Medicine Hat Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Do you think it's self-fracking?
Cole Halfacre.
And Cole Halfacre takes a cut at that one.
Thank God for
Quarter mile. Quarter mile.
It's a 1-1 count now.
Taylor.
And swung on. A 1-2 count now here for Halfacre.
Okay, 10-4. Half mile to hell. We call that half mile.
That one swung on, and it's going to find the gap. And he's got himself on with a leadoff single.
the shortstop, number 32, Drew Duncan.
And the first one there to Drew Duncan.
Give me another one.
Swung on, and that one's going to be into shallow center field. And under it is Zach Kunkel for the first out of the inning.
Top of the order for the Brooks Bombers, the second baseman, number 4, David Montoya.
And the second baseman, number 4, David Montoya, steps up to bat. 0 for 1 on the day, and he was caught stealing his first time on base. And the 0-1 count here for David Montoya. That one's a little too high. It's going to be 1-1 now.
I got the bird song. We're gonna do the bird dance tonight. This should be fun. Oh, we got him. Oh.
And Freed's not going to get David Montoya at first, or not David Montoya, Drew, or Cole Halfacre there at first.
Good slide around. Show him the right, give him the left. Just got in there. I'll give you 2. I'll get the 3 this time. You're good?
That one in the dirt there. 3-1 now.
Come on, Nate. Yeah, it's true. No, you ice cream for me though. You should have. I got ice cream for you. I got you, bro.
That one swung on, fouled down the third baseline. He's got himself a full count now. If you just tuned into our stream, the Medicine Mavericks are leading 2-0. Mavericks have 3 hits. Bombers have 2. That one popped up behind first base, and under it is Chris Caffrey for the second out of the inning.
The third baseman, number 5, Michael Holtz.
And stepping up, the third baseman, Michael Holtz. Struck out in his first at-bat.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What convention do we do? Dizzy bat? It's usually dizzy bat, isn't it? Dizzy.
That one close, but doesn't hit the strike zone. 1-0.
Eyes open down there. See if we got dizzy bats.
That one swung on into center field. And that's going to be played out there by Zach Kunkel for the third out of the inning.
Bombers even man surrounded. Top of the third.
Leading us off will be the top of the order, number 4, Louis Kenjura.
Official shuttle of the Medicine Mavericks.
We'll be back here for the bottom of the third inning soon. Louis. And stepping up to the plate, number 4, Louis Kanjura. And the 0-1. That one's in there, and Kendra didn't like that one, but it was still in there for a strike. 0-2. And Louis Kanjura grounds out there for the first out of the inning.
The third baseman, number 8, Blake Rollett.
And Blake Rollett steps up to bat. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. And the first one in there to Rollett. That one hit over on the wall, over the right fielder's head. And Blake Rollett's going to be into second with a double.
Stand-up double for Rollett. Brings to the plate the left fielder, number 15, Caleb Longley.
And Caleb Longley steps in, and he takes a cut at the first one. That one's going to be foul off for strike 1. Looks like he's going to change up. Just going to clean up his bat here. That one's up there high.
Yeah, yeah. Who's that? Who's that?
That was in grade 8. That was
And Longley takes a look at that one. That pitch is going to be in there for strike 2. 1-2 now.
Or middle line.
2-2 now.
Not this quarterback, the other quarterback.
And Longley steps out of the batter's box there.
Oh, that was pretty close. Didn't think he did that.
And Longley hits that one down the left field line just behind our patio seating here at Athletic Park.
Just a reminder, fans, balls and bats can leave the playing field at any time. If you get a foul ball, take it into the souvenir shop for Mavericks money.
That one's up there. That's going to be into shallow right field. And under it's the right fielder, Matt Zanuto, for the second out of the inning. And stepping up for the Medicine Mavericks, number 31, Chris Caffrey. Over 1 on the day, but had an RBI on his last time.
Chris Caffrey.
Caffrey swings at that one, and that's just fouled down the third baseline. That one only missed by about half a foot there.
Let me do one sponsor ad first, and then I'll introduce you guys.
The 0-1 here. And Caffrey calls timeout.
Gotta get him in. It's my job, brother. I'm a different mother. Oh, Blake doing the happy feet up there. Come on.
That one's in the dirt for a 1-1 count now.
Take it up.
That one swung on. That one's going to be down the right field line, out of play. The count's now 1-2.
Yeah, straighten it out.
That one's high. 2-2 now. That one's fly ball into the deep infield there. Third out of the inning. I'm Percy McDonald, and to lead us off here in the top of the 4th inning will be Matt Zanuto. You're watching Medicine Mavericks baseball. We'll be back right after this.
For a little bit of craziness down on field. What do you got next?
2. Number 2, Matt Zanuto steps up to bat for the Brooks Bombers here in the top of the 4th inning.
Zanolto.
There's no L in there.
That one swung on. 1-1 counter here now. That one's in there. Stark with a very nice pitch down the middle. Swung on for strike 3.
Stark with his 3rd strikeout. Brings to the plate our budget blinds beer batter. Number 22, Lee Thomas.
And the beer batter here tonight, Lee Thomas.
Budget blinds to book. The best blind date ever in town.
I'll just read it. Don't shoot the messenger. I just read the shit.
If he strikes out tonight, everybody in the stadium gets $1 off beer for 5 minutes. And the first pitch to him is a strike. 0-1 now. That one's high. 1-1.
Oh, Mavericks go north. 3 games in Fort McMurray, 2 games in Edmonton, back in Brooks, and then Swift Pass.
And that one's on the inside of Lee Thomas. 2-1 now.
Away. On the road. We got a bit of a break. Yeah. Week off. Going to come back and have to be retreated. Yeah. I don't know what to do with myself. If I get one more game and that's it, then I'm off for a week.
That one's hit. Just out of reach of the shift there from Blake Roulette.
Thomas.
And Thomas is on with a single.
Hitter, number 7, Logan Burke.
I have no idea. Can't get maybe come and do a couple games or whatever. Try to get Francis too, but don't know.
I might be able to find somebody to do it too.
And Logan Burke in a bat here. And the first pitch to him is in there for a strike.
I was doing that and I was doing that. Was when you were running late. No, you don't.
The 0-1 from Stark. In there for strike 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he said he's like, how do you do all this? I can't. Yeah. Fuck. No, can't do it.
The 0-2. Swung on for strike 3. And only if he was one batter behind.
Strikeout here for Stark. Brings to the plate the left fielder, number 24, Jaden Wandler.
2 outs here now in the top of the 4th inning. And a runner on first. Stark's pitched 53 pitches up to this point. That one looks like he went around, and he did. The first pitch to Wandler in there for a strike.
Coming up? Yes? No?
Maybe so.
That one fouled off. Just into the bullpen of the Mavericks. Oh, and 2 now.
Back to Hawkins.
That one fielded by Stark, and it's going to get Wadler at first. And stepping up for the Mavericks to lead us off here in the bottom of the fourth inning, it'll be number 25, Colton Wright. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Medicine Hat Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this. And we're back here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Stepping up to bat for the Mavericks is number 25, DHing tonight, Colton Wright. And Wright hits that one. That's going to be grounded to the second baseman. And he grounds out on the first pitch for the first out of the inning. Now stepping up to bat for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, hometown kid, number 12, Zach Kunkel. Up to this point, Juan Carrion pitched 42 pitches.
Number 12, Zach Kunkel.
And that one a little high. Ball one. Two 2-0 now. The 2-1. And Kunkel hits that one into shallow right. And he's going to have himself on to the single.
A 1-out single for Kunkel. Brings to the plate the second baseman, number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
And that one fouled off by Rodriguez. Oh, and 1. And that 0-1 hit on 6-4-3 double play And that gets the Brooks Bombers out of this inning.
Mavericks hitting nothing here at the bottom of the fourth.
Stepping up to lead us off here in the top of the 5th inning
2-0 over the Bombers.
will be number 16, Griffin Robinson. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Of the Mavericks. All right, what do we got? Golfers. For the Brooks Bombers, the top of the 5th.
Stepping up, number 16, Griffin Robinson.
Griffin Robinson.
Struck out in his first at-bat. Nathan Stark in his 5th inning of pitching here. That one in the dirt. Ball 1.
Let's do the bird dance, eh? Let's do it. Why? They're not dropping them?
That one very close to the strike zone, and he didn't give Nathan Stark that one. It's going to be ball 2.
He's doing the bird dance.
That one also very close, but it's going to be ball 3. That one apparently too much inside. And Griffin Robinson has a leadoff walk.
Brings to the plate the catcher, number 26, Cole.
Warren is hitting this too.
Oh, he's really. His strike zone changes per pitch.
And Stark checks Robinson at first, but he's going to be back in there safe as Cole Halfacre steps up to bat. And swung on from Halfacre. That one close, but not in there. 1-1.
We're watching Thompson take the toss again for ordering floating strike zone. Not bad crowd, eh? Not bad. It's 740.
That one high and outside. 2-1.
Lose 100.
Half-acre from Cantonment, Florida. Just wanted to say thank you to all the lovely parents and friends of the players from both teams that watch our streams. That one swung on by Half-acre. 4, 6, 3, double play.
Mavericks twist. A double play. The bottom of the order now. The shortstop, number 32, Drew Duncan.
Drew Duncan steps up, playing shortstop today in his first at-bat. Flew out to center field. The 0-0 here from Stark. That one's in there for a strike. That one in a very similar location, but he's not going to give it to him that time. 1-1. That one on the outside edge for a strike. Strike 2 there. A 1-2 count now. 2 out here, a 1-2 count, and no runners on base. That one.
That's that, folks.
A little bit of a check swing there from Drew Duncan. Fouls that ball down the first baseline and out of play.
Heads up, folks. Keep your eyes on the game.
Stark sets and delivers the 1-2. That one swung on into left field, and there's Caleb Longley for the 3rd out of the inning. To lead us off here in the bottom of the 5th inning will be the catcher, Jackson Freed. You're watching Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Starting off for the Mavericks in the bottom of the 5th inning. The catcher, number 16, Jackson Freed.
And stepping up, number 16, Jackson Freed. That one in there for strike 1. The 0-1. And Freed swung on. That one's into foul territory down the right field line. And just out of the reach as Matt Sanudo slides to get that one. But it's going to be a foul ball. That one fouled off of Freed. Keeps himself alive here. Still an 0-2 count. That one fouled down the first baseline. And just going to be a foul in time before Lee Thomas gets there. Still 0-2.
Yeah, I do do that. 5 innings, so that's pretty good.
5 innings in like an hour.
Good.
And Freed pops that one up. It's going to be playable by the catcher there in foul territory, and he has it in his tracks for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 30, Tanner Helms.
And Tanner Helms steps in to bat. And he takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. So for 1 today, currently batting .350 at this point in the season.
Your choice.
That one's down in the zone, 2-0 now. And Helms swings at that one. That's going to be foul out of play down the first baseline. That one swung on. That's going to be into the tracks of right fielder Matt Zanuto. The second out of the inning.
Two on for the Mavericks. Top of the order now. Number 4, the shortstop, Louis Canjura.
And Louis Canjura steps up to bat. The nothing from Carrion. And that pitch was close, but not in there for ball 1. Canjura so far today, 1 for 2. And that one in there for strike 1. And Canjura thought that one was a little inside. The 1-1. And Canjura rips that one down the right field line, and it's going to be just foul.
That was pretty good. A little low, but good pitch to drop in there. Just to see if he's going to swing. Yeah.
And the 2-2 here. And Canjura hits that one into left field. And Jaden Wandler has it in his tracks here to end the 5th inning.
Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. All right, fans, let's have some fun. What do you say we all stand up, get a little crazy, and maybe do the bird dance? the second baseman, number 4, David Montoya.
And David Montoya steps up to bat. And the first pitch he sees from Stark into the middle there. And nice play by Ken Jura to get there and make the first out. He had to track himself about 15 to 10 feet there to make that out.
This inning brought to you by Yaroshenko and Heidegger Criminal Defense Lawyers.
And stepping up, number 5, Michael Holtz. That one's fouled into foul territory. Going after it is Chris Caffrey. And he just can't get there fast enough. It's going to be a foul ball.
Little Buddha's Garage. Make us your first choice for automotive repair and diesel needs. Little Buddha's Garage.
That one swung on into right field. And Tanner Helms there to make the nice catch.
Helms laying out to make the catch up in right field.
Had to give up his body there a little bit. Caught himself off balance. Still makes the catch out there in right field for the second out.
The right fielder, number 2, Matt Zanalto.
And Matt Zanuto steps up. He's currently 0 for 2 on the day, with a ground out and a strikeout. And the first pitch from Stark is in there for a strike. That one's a little high, 1-1. Ooh, and the 1-1 from Stark looked like it may have been good there on the outside. And home plate umpire Warren Smith not giving him that one.
But he gives him the inside one like that. Didn't he? Didn't he? Oh, he did.
3-1 now.
Nice up. That's right. Why aim for the glove?
That one's in there. Nate Stark has himself a 3-2 count here with 2 out. And swung on for strike 3. And Nathan Stark with his 5th strikeout of the night.
5th strikeout for Stark. The Bombers get nothing here.
We'll be back here soon. How many are we drawing? And stepping up for the Mavericks here to lead us off in the bottom of the fifth inning, or sixth inning, sorry, will be Blake Rowlett. And the first pitch to Rowlett's a ball, 1-0. The 1-1 now. That one's low, but it's going to be a ball. And that one's on the inside for a ball. 2-2 now. Or sorry, a strike. We got 2-2 now. And Rowlett hits that one into the gap between the third baseman and the shortstop. And we have ourselves a leadoff single.
The left fielder, number 15, Caleb Longley.
And stepping up, number 15, Caleb Longley. So far on the day, 1 for 2. And Longley hits that one. And that one's going deep. And it's back there. And just foul. If that was about 4 feet to the right, that would have been a home run for Caleb Longley.
Almost, it would have been 10 feet over and fair. That's a $500 gift certificate for someone who got in the mobile one. Jeez. Longley saying, hey, is that an inside pitch, outside pitch, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside? I was going to say it's a strike. It's a long strike defense.
That was a good hit. That's why I put it up there.
Oh, he went, holy cow.
And the 0-1 from Carrion. That one hit right to the second baseman, 4-6. And he's going to be safe at first on the fielder's choice. And one out here and a runner at first for Chris Caffrey.
The first baseman, number 31, Chris Caffrey.
That one's in there for a strike on Caffrey, 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch from Carrion. And that one taken into right field. That's going to be played by Matt Zanuto for the second out.
2 outs for the Mavericks. That brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright.
Number 25, Colton Wright, up now with the Mavericks have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
First, the line score good. 0-3-2-6-1.
And the first pitch Wright sees is a breaking ball in there for a strike.
You're at the bottom of the 6th, right?
Yeah. That one taken foul down the right field line and out of play.
Foul balls can be returned into the souvenir shop for Mavericks solid. Good for concession and Maverick souvenirs.
So far up to this point, Carion has pitched 73 pitches. And Nathan Stark has pitched 78. And that one inside on the right. 1-2 now.
Last call for 50-50 tickets. Last call for 50-50 tickets.
And the 1-2 from Carion. On the outside, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch coming here from Carion. That one fouled back by Colton Wright into the stands. Two count here with 2 out. And Colton Wright hits that one. And that one's into deep left center, or right center field. And that one's going to be caught by the center fielder, Griffin Robinson, for the 3rd out of the inning.
Mavericks in the man stranded here at the bottom of the 6th. Still maintain a 2-0 lead after 6 complete.
Mavericks after 6 innings leading 2-0. Mavericks with 6 hits, Bombers with 3, and Mavericks with 1 error on the scorecard. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Medicine Hat Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Folks, just take a look at the top of
And coming up, the beer batter here, who so far tonight has not struck out. He's 2 for 2. And the 0-0 from Stark. In there for the first strike. And if Lee Thomas strikes out, everybody here at Athletic Park gets $1 off beer for 5 minutes. That one's high and outside. Ball one. And Lee Thomas went. Third base umpire said he went. The 1-2 now from Stark. That one swung on and fouled behind the Mavericks dugout.
Just a reminder, fans, balls and bats can leave the playing field at any time. If you catch a foul ball, take them into the souvenir shop. Playing $2, $900.
The 1-2 here from Stark. And the big breaking ball is in there, and the beer batter strikes out. And the fans here at Athletic Park are happy.
38. You have until 8:43. Dollar off beer. Brings to the plate the designated hitter number 7, Logan Burke.
We got one. We got one. We got one finally.
And Logan Burke steps up, takes his first pitch for a ball. That one's popped up, and it's going to be playable by Blake Rowlett. And Rowlett has a catch there for the second out of the inning.
Brings to the plate the left fielder number 24, Jaden Wandler.
And Jaden Wandler steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day.
What's that? 17-inch Stretcherooski.
New batter, 34.
And
Stepping in for number 7. I don't know, for 24. 34.
how did I get past
Pinch hitter for the Brooks Bombers, number 34, Kyle Innenbacher.
Who's this?
Jenin Balker, number 34. Jenin Balker? Jenin Balker. Kyle Jenin Balker.
Ginny Balker?
Jenin Balker.
In for Wandler? And Kyle Ginabacher steps in here. And he swings at that one. That one's going to be into the stands for strike 2. 2-2 count now.
Yeah.
The 2-2. I went a little high. It's going to be full count now.
Jennenbacher with a walk. Now brings to the plate the center fielder number 16, Griffin Robinson.
And Jennenbacher gets on first with a walk. Brings up 16, Griffin Robinson. He's 0 for 1 on the day. with a strikeout. And the 1-0 from Stark. Swung on.
Stark hasn't pitched too bad.
He's actually throwing really well.
Good for him. You know, like I was worried about him not getting much action. I don't know if he will, but just because he's so young, he probably would have had a great year in American Legion, right?
And the 2-1 pitch here from Stark. Swung on for strike 2. That one fouled. Not foul, popped straight up. Under it is Chris Rodriguez for the 3rd out of the inning. Mavericks get themselves out of that one. Brooks still with no runs up to this point.
All right, folks, it's that time. Let's stand, stretch. And we need everybody's help here. We're going to sing it as a whole group. How about that? Can we try to sing this as a whole group?
And we'll be back here right after the 7th inning stretch. To lead us off will be Zach Kunkel. Starting us off here for the bottom of the 7th inning, it will be number 12, Zach Kunkel. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And the first pitch to Kunkel, a breaking ball on the inside.
Gotta get that in there. I like the high hope coming down.
And the third base umpire says he went. It's going to be 0-2 now. And swung on for strike 3. And Juan Carrion has his first strikeout of the night.
The second baseman, number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
Sorry, second strikeout of the night. That one hit by Rodriguez. It's going to be up there. Played by the second baseman in the Showell outfield. The second out.
The catcher, number 16, Jackson Freed. Last call for ice cream, last call.
And Jackson Freed fouls that one out of play. So far this season, Freed batting .409. And swung on for strike 2. Freed has himself an 0-2 count here with 2 out and nobody on base. And he swung on that one. That's going to be grounded to the second baseman, David Montoya, and he'll have the third out of the inning. Lead us off here in the top of the 8th will be number 26, Cole Halfacre. We'll be back right after this.
You won't find anywhere else. Canadian Western Bank. All right, looks like we got some action going on.
They got a new batter.
The 8-9-1 hitters coming up for the Brooks Bombers. Actually, pinch hitter coming in.
Pinch hitter in for the Brooks Bombers.
Who would that been? What
Number 27, David James. That first pitch to James is a ball. That one fouled back.
for Alfred.
Half acre.
Half acre. So that's where we're gonna put one for catching when it goes out.
One on the outside. Ball 2. 2-1 now. The 2-1 pitch from Stark. A little high. 3-1.
The attendance is 912, and this is the 50-50. Make sure to announce it.
Thanks, Sydney.
Yep.
And that walks James.
James with the walk.
Leadoff walk for the Brooks Bombers.
Brings to the plate the shortstop, number 32, Drew Duncan. Fans, get out your 50-50 ticket. We'll make the draw after this at bat. For the amount of $590, 50-50 ticket coming up.
That looks like it's going to be the end of Nathan Stark's night. He pitched very well today, having pitched 100 pitches.
A great outing for the hometown boy, number 10, Nathan Stark.
We'll be back right after this pitching change. Will Zeibel.
Who?
Will Zeibel.
Number again.
And a pitching change here for the Medicine Mavericks into pitch from Phoenix City, Alabama, Will Zeibel.
Who's up here? Purdue.
Number 32 up to bat, Drew Duncan. First batter Will Zeibel's going to face tonight. And Zeibel checks Janes at first. But he's going to be back in time. That one's in there from Zeibel. First pitch he throws is a strike. That one's outside for a ball. 1-1. That one's checked to David Janes at first there, but he's going to be back in. Gets a little dirty. And the 1-1 from Zeibel. Close to the outside of the plate there, but it's going to be 2-1. The 2-1 from Zeibel. Looks like it's going to be ruled no pitch. That one's fouled down the third base line. The 2-2 pitch now from Zeibel, and he checks Janes at first. And Janes going to be back in there getting dirty. If you just tuned into our broadcast here, the Mavericks still lead 2-0 here in the top of the 8th inning. And Caffrey has to stretch there to catch the throw over. And Janes will still be back in safe. The 2-2. That one swung on. Drew Duncan keeping himself alive here with nobody out. That one swung on. That's going to be played by Blake Rowlett. And just in time, great play by Rowlett to recover that ball. It's going to be a base hit for Drew Duncan.
Long way to go for Blake, laying on the ground.
Top of the order for the Brooks Bombers. Brings to the plate the second baseman, number 4, David Montoya.
And number 4, David Montoya steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. That one's down and away. Or down and in, should I say. 1-0. And the bunt laid down from David Montoya, but that's still going to be in there for strike 1. First and third baseman in here looking for the bunt. And Montoya lays down for the bunt. And that's going to be Zeibel there to play it, and Rodriguez covering first for the first out of the inning. And he's going to get himself a sacrifice bunt there.
Third baseman number 5, Michael Holtz.
Michael Holt steps in. He's currently 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout and 2 flyouts. That one's in there for Zeibel. That one close on the outside, but it's not going to be given. 1-1. The 1-1 from Zeibel. That one's outside across the other batter's box. 2-1 now. That one swung on to Blake Rowlett. And he's going to get that one for the second out of the inning. Holds that runner at third base. Great recovery by Blake Rowlett there. Just about lost that one, but he's going to get it.
28 for 2.
And pitching, hitting now.
Number 28, Mason Sweetgarden.
And pinch hitting now for the Brooks Bombers, number 28, Mason Sweetgarden. That's swung on for strike one. 2 outs here, runners at third and second. Medicine Hat Mavericks currently lead 2-0. That's swung on, grounded down to shortstop Louis Kandura, and they're going to get the third out of the inning. Will Zeibel gets himself out of a sticky situation, and the Mavericks still have a 2-0 lead.
In the top of the 8th inning, Mavericks with a 2-0 lead.
Due up for the Mavericks will be number 30, Tanner Helms. We'll be back right after this.
Southern Alberta's only authorized Xerox sales agency in
And stepping up for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, number 30, Tanner Helms, 0 for 2 on the day. And Helms looks at that first pitch in the dirt. 1-0. Right-handers and bullpens for both of the teams here. And Tanner Helms takes that one, and the left fielder is going back at the warning track. And that one was a close one for Tanner Helms, as he flies out to the left fielder for the first out of the inning.
Top of the order for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, the shortstop, number 4, Louis Kanjira.
And stepping up, Louis Kanjira to bat here for the Medicine Hat Mavericks. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And Louis Kanjira squares up for a bunt, but pulls back just in time for ball 1. That one's also in the dirt. 2-0. Carrion to this point pitched 88 pitches. And swung on by Kanjira. 2-1 now. That one's in there on the inside on Kanjira. 2-2 count now. That one's up there and just over the shortstop's glove. And Kanjira has himself a single. That brings up number 8, Blake Rowlett. 2 for 3 on the day with a single and a double.
Blake Rowlett.
See what Rowlett can do here with a 1 out. And he swings on that one. That one's into left field. And that one's going to be fair. At the wall. And that brings home Kanjira. Blake Rowlett with an RBI double.
The left fielder, number 15, Kayla Longley.
And that might be the end of the night for Juan Carrion.
You see a number there? No?
No.
The skinny guy, skinny secure.
23? 13. Jacob Barker.
Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob Barker.
Arizona, AR, or Arkansas?
Arizona's AZ.
Arkansas?
Yeah.
Ready for the change? This pitching change brought to you by Mr. Lou. Now into the game for the Brooks Bombers, right-handed reliever from Russellville, Arkansas. Number 13, Jacob Barker.
And stepping into the game for the Brooks Bombers, number 13, Jacob Barker, as that ends Juan Carrion's night.
Folks, congratulations to our 50-50 winners, Carl Kuhn and Alec Clough, for winning $590. Congratulations, Carl and Alec. Number 15, the left fielder, Caleb Longley.
And Longley to step in to face Barker. And Longley takes a look at that first pitch and swings. That's going to be out of play, foul ball. And the 0-1 pitch here from Jacob Barker. That one's in the dirt, 1-1.
The Bombers get one here in the bottom. So far, huh?
The one Bombers fan in the stands.
Actually, I think Doug's here too. I think Doug's here too. Doug Jones. Check one on top 32.
Dude,
That's funny.
that
I
is.
never thought about that one.
As soon as my head's up there,
Top 32.
that would have been funny.
Top 32. Oh God. Sometimes I make myself laugh.
The 1-1 count here for Jacob Barker.
Tell me a lot. Tell me a lot.
And Longley thinks about it, but it was a good idea to stay home. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch.
Underneath the tag, just in time.
And Rowlett back in second there, safe. Just getting underneath that tag. That one on the inside on Longley. 3-1.
Else there looks like, hey? I think that surprised him.
He loves the breaking ball.
Looks like that surprised him coming in.
I don't think he was expecting heat there.
No. He's looking for something else.
He wants the breaking ball.
He's looking for something else.
He's really good at hitting the breaking ball. Ooh, and that one up and in on Caleb Longley, but it's going to get him first base on the walk. And stepping up to bat for the Mavericks, number 31, Chris Caffrey.
The first baseman, number 31, Chris Caffrey.
Tell me a lie. Tell me a lie. Tell me a lie.
Opportunity.
I know.
Top 30 didn't make it.
Get up.
And Caffrey hits that one into the gap between. And Longley not paying attention on that one. And he's going to knock the ball out of the hands of the second baseman. And that one was close for Caleb Longley. He thought Coach Michael Thompson sent Blake Rowlett. And he just rounded second, realizing that Rowlett was standing at third. Made it back into second, thankfully. And now the Mavericks have loaded bases here.
The designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright.
Where the wheels could fall off. Playing his song. Wanted it.
What?
Big.
That one's in the dirt on Colton Wright. Want to know? And the 1-0 swung on by Colton Wright. Doesn't get a piece of it. It's going to be 1-1. Some scores from around the WNBL. The Swift Current 57s lead the Yorkton Cardinals 10-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. As Colton Wright swings on that one, and they're just going to get the double play.
The double play gets the Bombers out of the inning here. Mavericks
To lead us
score
off
one.
here, it's going to be Lee Thomas, like I said, scores around the WNBL. The Okotoks Dogs lead the Edmonton Prospects 5-3 in the top of the 9th inning. And here in Medicine Hat, going into the top of the 9th, your Mavericks lead the Brooks Bombers 3-0. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this. Back here for the top of the 9th inning.
Electrical Lions beer batter, number 22, Lee Thomas.
Stepping up, Lee Thomas. He's 2 for 3 on the day. That one's outside from Zeibel. 1-0. And Thomas hits that one into left center field. And that one's off the wall. Caleb Longley fielding that one. That's Thomas has himself a leadoff double.
Oh, another new batter. Number 30.
And pinch hitting for Logan Burke will be number 30, Ashton Roy.
Now into the heat, pitch hitting for the Bombers, number 30, Ashton Roy.
That one's outside from Zeibel. 1-0.
So when pitcher Nathan Stark so fine. The loser would be that other guy. Which would have been Juan.
That one's hit into deep right center field. And at the warning track is Zach Kunkel to make the first out of the inning. And nice arm from Kunkel to get it down to third, but just not in time as Lee Thomas takes third base.
Pretty deep hit.
And stepping up to bat, number 34, Kyle Ginnebacher.
Number 34, Kyle Ginnebacher.
That one's in there on Ginnebacher. 0-1.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Right? Nice. Yeah.
That one swung on. 1-2 now for Zeibel. The 1-2 pitch. Big breaking ball on the outside. That one also on the outside. Brings the count to full count here. Runner at third base and one out. That one fouled off just behind the stands. Keep himself alive here.
Again, fans, reminder, bats and balls can leave the playing field at any time. Heads up, please.
That one on the outside for Zeibel, and he walks Ginnebacher. Michael Cashew. They had Barry Kane warming up before.
Griffin Robinson.
And Griffin Robinson steps up as the tying run. That one swung on for strike one. That one fouled off into the stands down the first baseline. The 1-2. That one's fouled off. Just the netting.
I don't like it. Be careful.
And the 1-2. In there for strike three. And stepping up to bat for the Brooks Bombers. Last chance here, David Janes.
Number 27, David James.
And Seibel with his first pitch to Janes. That one's hit into right field. Fielded is Tanner Helms. And that's going to score Lee Thomas. It's a 3-1 ball game now with still runners at the corners. And stepping up to the bat, number 32, Drew Duncan.
Okotoks leads Edmonton in the top of the ninth, 5-3. And one other game, Swift Current 10, Yorkton 1. That's on the top of the game. Now coming to the plate for the Bombers, the shortstop, number 32, Drew Duncan.
And Cal Swanik, pitching coach, comes out to talk to Will Seibel. That one fouled back. Right above our heads here in the PA booth.
That one wouldn't get to me. Oh my God, because I'm parked beside a big truck, so he's going to get it first.
That's what you're hoping for, right?
That one swung on, fouled down the third baseline. 2 outs here, and Will Seibel. That one's outside from Seibel. 1-2 now. Swung on for strike 3, and Will Zeibel gets the save.
That's the ball game, folks. The Mavericks are 7-7, 500. And
That's the game, folks.
5
wins in a row for your Mavericks, as they are now 7-7 on the season. Our next home game is not till June 29th, but when the Mavericks are on the road, look out for a stream from the Edmonton Prospects on June 24th and 25th. Hometown kid Nathan Stark gets the win. Juan Carrion gets the loss for the Brooks Bombers. I'm Percy McDonald, and make sure you tune in next time on June 29th versus Melville. Have yourselves a great night.
Home game here for the Mavericks. Well, it's not until Thursday, June